Alright people, so welcome to our Cybernews. It is calendar week 2 right now, January the 7th, 2026. Let's see what happened in the world. So after feedback last time, I will give you a quick introduction on the first page. So these are all the news we are going to cover today. I used 3 sources today. Reuters I didn't use, there is a paywall apparently and I don't want to screenshot that stuff. So what do we have this week? The hacker news. There is apparently a Chrome extension that steals your ChatGPT and other AI chats. So 900,000 users are affected. Be aware of these extensions. We'll take a look at that. Then we have a hacker group, Transparent Tribe. They launch a remote access tool attack against the Indian government. Another thing is a fake booking emails. So you have these fake emails going around and they install malware DC Red on your systems. So the targets are unexperienced in security. People who are not experienced, they are being targeted there. Then you have this tool, workflow automation tool, N8N. There's a new vulnerability, 9.9 score, pretty high. So be aware if you're using that tool. From Securityweek we have researchers, they trapped a lapsus hacker group in one of the honeypot. Sounds like a lot of fun, I don't think so, but we'll talk about that in a moment. Then sophisticated click fix campaign is targeting the hospitality sector. Let's see what is going on there. Then we have NordVPN. They denied that they have been breached. Let's see to what extent this is true. That's always the case when people are being breached, they deny. And then we have Brightspeed investigating cyber attack. So there's a cyber attack that has something to do with the homeowner. So it's an attack against the private people, let's say. From Cybernews here on the right side we have attackers claim 1 million plus customer records stolen from top US internet provider. Interesting, let's take a look at that. Then we have stolen passwords and no MFA is leading to major breaches. And then there is a dating app, Hinge, and it could be running a malware campaign. Let's see why they are here saying it could be running. Well, probably there is something behind it. Well, that's a quick little overview of the news. So if you're in a hurry, you have now a little bit of an idea. But now let's go news by news. I copied together the stuff here on the page. So first let's cover this hacker news content. So the first one is Chrome extension. So researchers have discovered malicious extensions for from the Chrome web store. So this is Chrome in this moment, but it can be anything. And they also have the name of the extension. So one name is ChatGPT for Chrome with GPT-5, Claude, Sonnet and DeepSeek AI. There is an ID, it has 600,000 users. And the other is AI sidebar with DeepSeek. And again Claude, ChatGPT, 300,000 users. What is that whole stuff about? So they call this beginning of the trend. Where did I read what it is called? They prep your prompts pretty much. So they take your prompts and they are enhancing them. Here it is, prompt poaching it is called these days. So you type something in and the poaching is enhancing your prompt to get better results. Well, these chats, they have been leaked, and people they are chatting confidential stuff with their chatbots. So be aware of these chatbot stuff. Next, fake booking emails. So there are emails around that send you a fake blue screen of death, and you see that on the right side. So your PC ran into a problem, and to recover they give you some button combinations and so on. It looks real for somebody who has never seen a blue screen of death. If you have seen these things, you might know that there are no instructions if that smiley happens. It's just turn your computer off then. But yeah, that's what happens. And after following this is a phishing attempt, and this DC red is being installed. The researchers behind this are Securityweek, great research team. And yeah, so what do they say? The phishing email notably features room charge details in euros, suggesting the campaign is actively targeting European organizations. So they have details in the email that you wouldn't expect. And then the use of Russian language within the vproj ms build file links this activity to Russian threat actors using DC-RED. Well, possible, but as a hacker group you can fake these proofs. So the usage of Russian language as a hacker today, I would add some Russian stuff too in my meta files. So that's not a bulletproof for anything like a waterproof information that this is really Russian. Today, Russia is not popular, so as a hacker group, I would claim, or I would put some information about Russia in there. Yeah, then they have the use of customized MS build project file proxy execution coupled with aggressive tampering of Windows Defender exclusions demonstrated deep understanding of modern endpoint protection mechanisms. So they add like exclusions to Defender. Interesting. Okay, what is next? This N8N has a vulnerability that lets authenticated users execute system commands, and the authentication can happen fairly easily, as you can tell by the score. That stuff is an open source workflow automation platform. Open source that's a good aspect about it. I believe we can expect a patch soon. N8N had another vulnerability with a high score that could result in arbitrary code execution under certain circumstances. So this platform appears to be targeted twice, as you can see, based on the CVE score. Here it's different, right? They have two critical vulnerabilities going. If you're using that tool, I recommend maybe disable it for a while. There are two critical vulnerabilities on that. There is a workaround by the developers that you can follow here, but yeah, that's heavy if a tool is targeted by two CVEs at the same time. What else? We have the Transparent Tribe. They launched an attack against India. You have here a little bit of details of what it does. So on the right side, feel free to read the text, but the interesting part is here. It extracts a display, a decoy PDF, then it does some data manipulation, it drops an exe file, and then it establishes a persistent. So it is like multiple steps of the kill chain. The key takeaway here is if you're a cyber defender, instruct your SOC to look out for these file paths here. So that's like a red flag right there. Program data, PC, DER, PDF, DLL. So these paths here are being used. So at least for now you could add them to a highly suspicious list. Alright, so this news from the one platform. So now let's go to Cybernews. Here we have attackers. They have stolen records from a top US internet provider. On the right side I added a screenshot of this Crimson Collective. So they say we have in our hands over 1 million residential user PIIs, well, personal identifiable information, that's PII, which contains the following, and then they tell you even what it is, payment history and a lot of stuff. So addresses, that's heavy. And they will be dropping a sample. So that's a classical, they want money to not drop more. So if you are affected, be aware and change these information. So if you are affected by that kind of stuff. Brightspeed data. It's called Brightspeed. It's a provider for telecommunication, I believe. Or I'm pretty sure it's what it is. Good. Next, then there is stolen passwords, no MFA. So there are 15 recent data breaches. Feel free again to read that stuff, but the key takeaway here is use multi-factor authentication wherever you can. There is right now the possibility to turn that stuff actively off on certain applications, so like Google Mail, or if you have a neo broker for your stock market, or if you have like your banking account. So there's a lot of multi-factor happening. At least at my bank, I couldn't turn it off even, but for Google Mail, for example, there's a way to turn off your multi-factor. For your online brokers, there's a way to turn that stuff off. Don't do that. Don't go the convenient route. And what they write here is also reusing your passwords. Your single password stolen. Don't reuse your passwords. That recommendation can be all. That's just some key takeaway here. Then you have something special here. So there is like a Hinge dating app, and what that dating app does is it encodes messages into the profile pictures. And they added in this news article an example for an encoding like this. This can be added to your profile picture. Okay, so you barely see it. So the profile picture doesn't look ugly like this. There will be a face, but within that picture you will have that byte sequence, bits and bytes here, encoded with a position and a color, and that gives then the malware an ability to establish command and control. So this dating app, Hinge, be aware, and also in general, online dating, that's a risk. Okay, there is more risk than positive outcome in any way. So avoid using online dating. That's the key takeaway time and time again. All right, let's go then to the Security Week. So the researchers here, do they say what is the research? Resecurity. Yeah, the research group is called Resecurity, and they trapped lapses, and that's a notorious scattered lapses, notorious hacker group. So they put the honeypot out. The group, the hackers went into it. They monitored them, and now the researchers feel like they did a great success. My warmest recommendation to security researchers out there: don't mess with hacker groups by using honeypots too much. At least not in a way like this. You can put down a honeypot in a corporate perspective. And if then the hacker runs into that honeypot, you trigger an alert, and then you shut down your systems and you engage protective measures. But don't do honeypots from a pure research perspective, because you are angering these hackers. And yes, these are our opponents. We dislike them. We fight against them as cyber defenders. We want to fight against hackers, but we don't want to unnecessarily anger them. These hacker groups, they have a honor or something like that. So whenever you go against that honor by catching them in a honeypot, not in terms of defending your company, but just for research purpose, and then laughing about them. So what these Resecurity do, they're quite proud that they catch such a big fish. Well, people expect to be targeted by this hacker group in the future. So this lapsus hunters, they will be hunting Resecurity employees now. They will be doxing you. They will find out your identity. They will be publishing confidential information about you. So these people, they will pay back. I don't like these type of things, but that's what researchers, they appear to be happy and proudly. In this article, when I read it, I felt, don't do these nonsense. Don't anger the hackers. Defend against the hackers. That's the thing. And the research they took out of that is, there's not much value behind it. Yes, they monitored them, they know a little bit about them, but the attack patterns, they vary. And you just angered some hackers, and have fun dealing with them in the future. Be cautious, okay? Employees from Resecurity, be cautious. Expect a payback by lapses. So, good job, I guess, but not really. So what else do we have? Sophisticated click fix campaign targeting hospital sector. Well, that's unfortunate. So talking about honor and stuff. So hackers targeting hospitals, that's not honorable. Let's read the bottom takeaway here. The malware ability is to randomize connection points. They have dead drop, so in paste bins, and this is a sophisticated ransomware that is going on there. It is being able to withstand the server takedown. Yes, so if you take down a server, it can still reach out to that paste bin, command and control situation here. Also, they have here blue screen of death, and here to ensure the victim click on the malicious link within the email body. It's again something with emails. They include a mention of a charge refund of over 1,000 for assistance. So yeah, classical email and then command and control situation. Unfortunately, hospitality sector, not hospital. Okay, so it's not hospitals. Booking.com, hospitality. All right. Okay, better than I first read. So sorry for that little slip there. So hospitality sector, all right. So targeting hospitals, usually not a thing of honor, and most hacker groups, they don't do that. That doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Protect your critical infrastructure, but yeah, so hospitality sector is a whole different deal than clinics. What else do we have? NordVPN. So there's some user claiming that he has leaked or he has owned a NordVPN server. He hacked it and acquired some information regarding Salesforce and Jira. Well, Jira is a task management board. It's quite interesting to know what it is. And Salesforce, well, that's information about your clients who pay you and who buy your products. So that's quite interesting. NordVPN, on the other hand, they say in a public or official channel, they say, okay, it was just a test server that got leaked. Well, it's still something. So if you are not a NordVPN user, also your data might have leaked. Okay, so change your password, change your contact data if possible. So Salesforce contains your information, payment information. So there is a personal data might be involved. There is no final statement of NordVPN. All they say is, according to our current analysis, we can say that no critical data leaked. It was only test data. Don't trust that for now. This is just an assumption. As NordVPN, I would also try to de-escalate and calm everybody down, but nonetheless, be aware there might be something, and stay tuned for the next days, especially on the official page of NordVPN to see what is going on there. That's classical. Okay, NordVPN, a security provider, they want to provide they want you to allow anonymous surfing on the internet, and now your private information is leaking. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate. NordVPN had a very aggressive advertisement, so a lot of YouTubers, they have NordVPN advertisements going on. It's a popular service, and them being breached. It doesn't say how many clients are affected, but it might be a lot. So in our next cyber weeks, we will see. In our next week, when we do the Cybernews, we will see if anything came out of that. Okay, and then we have the Brightspeed investigation attack. So there is a US fiber broadband, and there was after notorious hacking group boasted about breaching its systems. Okay, so again, this is there was another telecommunication provider breached, right? There's another one here. They are currently investigating, operates in 20 states, 1 million business users and home. Crimson Collective is known for its attempt to extort Red Hat. So Crimson Collective is the hacker group, and private repositories. In late December, Japanese car maker Nissan disclosed the impact from Red Hat. So they are related to this Red Hat incident that we had in our last Cybernews. But alright people, so that's so far so good for the Cybernews of this week. Thank you for watching. So we can say in a summary, so it's a classical thing. Okay, so you have a little bit of data being exposed to the public, so data breaches left and right. You have some artificial intelligence stuff, so that will be coming more and more. Then you have some classics, multi-factor authentication related stuff, another classic dating app related stuff. So these things you can take with you. This will repeat again and again and again. Malicious AI extensions, passwords because something with password is not working. Dating apps, they always lead to all kinds of problems. And the other thing that is a pattern here is of fake emails tricking you into blue screens or clicking or downloading, which can be mitigated with awareness campaigns. Alright, so that's the news for this week. Thank you for watching. Stay alerted, stay tuned, and see you next time. Goodbye.